Hi, this is Stone. So today I want to talk to you about getting anything you want through your goals. There's a great quote that really sticks out to me from Proverbs. It says that the plans of the diligent lead to profit just as surely as haste leads to poverty. And I feel like that really summarizes most of our goal setting. It's that we have these goals, but we never really look at them because we are really busy working, okay? We don't plan to reach our goals. We're going to talk about what's called result orientation, and that is going to help us to get to any goal that we set. So my wife and I here recently, we went on this camping trip, an overnight camping trip. I got it into my head that I wanted to do this. I started watching Bear Grylls. I don't know if you've ever watched him, but I kind of came across him a little bit later. And I started binge watching Man vs. Wild, Running Wild with Bear Grylls. And I just thought this guy was awesome. And it got me on this kick to want to do these kind of wilderness adventures. And so my wife and I decided we were going to do this, and we were going to do just a hiking or camping. We've done that plenty of times before. We were going to do the overnight trek where you hike into the wilderness, you don't use trails, you just hike in, you go in a couple miles, you find yourself a spot, you camp out, you cook, and you take everything out back with you the next day. Okay, real survival stuff, right? So my wife totally on board, and we decided to do this thing. Well, I print out a map of the wilderness that we're going to be in, and I have a G-Shock Rangeman watch, which has a compass on it. And so we take the map, we got the compass and another compass, we've got our packs full, we're totally ready to go, and we set off on this adventure. Now, I have to be honest, this adventure was a lot more adventurous than I thought it was going to be. It was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. When there's no trail and you're just in the wilderness and you're using a map and a compass to get where you want to go, that doesn't always go according to plan. In fact, we were trying to go southwest, and there was a creek that ran southwest. And so I was using my map to see that as long as we stayed by the creek, we would go in the direction we wanted to go. But there were times we couldn't stay by the creek. There would be fallen trees or something like that. We just couldn't do it. So we would end up at times, I kid you not, with my hatchet out, and I'm chopping through brush because I cannot find a clear path to get where we're going. So I end up using the compass because even though I couldn't see with my eyes where we were going, the compass was able to orient me in the way that I needed to go, even though I couldn't see the end result. I knew it was there, and the compass gave me my direction, okay? That's really what result orientation is. Now, there's three parts to result orientation, and the first part really is setting your goals. This isn't really a goal setting workshop, it's what to do with your goals, but at the very minimum, you need to have 1, 5, and 10-year goals. And to do this, you really need to dust those off, and you need to make them compelling to you again if they're not already. So that's really the first part. It's to revisit your goals, make sure they're compelling, make sure they really juice you. Okay, the second part is you need to look at your daily actions, and this is how we get into the time management side of this. You need to look at the actions and tasks that you're going to do today, you're going to do for the next week, and you need to put a check mark by the ones that are moving you in the direction of your goals. Now, at bare minimum, half of your major tasks or actions should be moving you in the direction of your goals. If they're not, then I think that's a clue to some things that you need to change over time, to alter over time in your life to help you get where you want to go. Myself, as a Christian, I follow the Matthew 6 model. Verse 21 says that where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. And so whenever I set a goal, what it's really doing, it's consciously setting where my treasure is, and then my heart is going to follow that. And so I try to be very careful to make sure my treasure is in alignment with, as a Christian, where my heart needs to be going. So after I've got that set, I look at my actions, I see number 2, which actions are going to help me reach my goal, and it needs to be at least 50%. Then number 3, you result orient your actions. And this is really what this video is about, and this is how you apply goal setting to time management. Result orientation, just like I had the map, which would have been the goal, result orientation is like the compass, okay? No matter where we're at, even if we can't exactly see how to get to our goal, it's every day moving in the direction of your goal. So let me give you an example. Let's say I have a task on my to-do list that is shoot video on result orientation. Okay, now that's just a simple to-do. How do I result orient that task? I would change that task in Evernote or wherever I'm doing it to say shoot video that is going to compel you to know that it's easy and to want to orient all your tasks for success, okay? Something of that nature. Now that might take a little bit longer to do than just say shoot result orientation video, but this is a process I actually use on a daily basis. I result orient my tasks so that they are like that compass, right? Even though I might not be able to see every day exactly how I'm going to get to that goal I've set, result orienting sends me along that path. So there's a blueprint at stonejordan.info. You need to go there and download that blueprint. It's really going to give you this content. I go through this really fast in one take, but it's going to give you the content in summary and give you your challenge in detail. There's no cost for the blueprint except the cost of your email address, and that only subscribes you and gives that to me and nobody else. But download the blueprint. I'll go ahead and give you the challenge, and then you can get it there in detail. So number 1, review your 1, 5, and 10-year goals at minimum and make them compelling to you again if they're not already. Okay, that's the most important thing. Number 2, you need to look at those goals and you need to mark, those actions, and you need to mark which actions in the next week are going to move you forward towards those 1, 5, and 10-year goals. And then number 3, you need to result orient those actions where it's not just a to-do, but it is a compelling action that is going to lead you to a result. It's result oriented. Now, it's really good to practice this for this week, but if you do this for this week and you continue to do it every day after that, every day it's going to move you closer to your goal. And the fastest way to get to your goal is to implement it as part of your time management system, right? I mean, how do you get to your goal? You take actions on a daily basis in order to get there. I want to see you reach your goals, and if you do that, it's going to get you there much quicker. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a purposeful and productive week this week. Take care.